There is nowhere quite like New York when it comes to skyscrapers. The very idea of city skyline brings to mind the iconic New York City skyline, and it has for years. Constantly changing and evolving, the 21st century has seen engineers maximize value from small sites, creating staggeringly slender towers. Now, just south of Central Park, you'll find the thinnest skyscraper in the entire world, at an impressively slender 18 meters wide. That's why we're here to look at the tower at 111 West 57th Street. The building is a slender residential tower, able to raise over 75 stories from a tiny site, offering incredible views of the park and a healthy return to investors. Hello darlings, it's me again, coming to you with another video. And today we're going to dive into the history, some issues they faced, the cost, and even take a look into some of the luxury offerings they include. The team behind the project had spent a staggering 15 years just acquiring air rights from the neighboring properties and stacking them onto their site. They needed to get taller while preventing surrounding areas from obstructing their view and locking them in place. The production of 157 proved that such a project would be financially viable as the first of its kind and ignited an ensuing development boom in Midtown. The area around 57th Street quickly became Billionaires Row, similar to other luxury residential buildings like this. Plans for the residential tower at 107 57th Street have existed since about 2005. However, they changed considerably before becoming the building that we know today. Still, it wasn't until the site was amalgamated with several others, including the historic Steinway Hall, that 111 West 57th Street project was born. Steinway Hall, first and foremost, as a historical landmark constructed in 1924 and protected as a New York landmark, had to be protected, preserved, and restored as part of any new development. Stepping back as it rises, the 111 West 57th Street, or 111 W57, as it was known, the project would nod to the iconic setback designs of New York City's most famous towers. It does this while creating residences' terraces and maintaining an elegant profile that dissolves into the sky. Faced with such a small footprint, engineers were forced to conceive plans for the thinnest skyscraper ever constructed. It was a 435-meter or 1,428 feet, 85-story tower, with a width-to-height ratio of an astonishing 1:24. With works to restore the historic Steinway Hall already underway, in July of 2015, the central tower saw construction begin, and it was stalled on site. Formed out of concrete with two sheer walls on the east and west, upon completion in 2019, the concrete structure was capped with a steel crown to create the tower's step-back and houses the window cleaning systems. The unique design offers floor-to-ceiling windows and offers each residence views of Central Park to the north, Midtown to the south. At the same time, east and west are clad with bronze tiles and ornate terracotta. The two elevator shafts that serve its residents open directly onto each apartment to maximize the limited space. While 111 W57 was planned to take 3 years for construction initially, it placed plenty of legal and union disputes, coupled with several incidents on the site. These roadblocks doubled the construction schedule, and completion moved to 2021. While they broke ground in early 2019, they would not have the final permits until January 2015, which allowed the tower to rise 80 stories and contain 55 luxury condominiums. However, construction costs have risen over $50 million due to complications of working around the historic hall. The site had to be manually excavated to not disturb the tenants of the hall, and materials were to be staged inside the building. As well, the crane that they were using for construction couldn't operate at wind speeds over 35 miles an hour, causing a limitation due to external forces they couldn't control. To cover all these rising costs, developers had issued 6 capital calls of a total of $63.6 million. By March of 2016, developers told Bloomberg News that sales would not commence until the following year due to a slowdown of luxury residential market. In 2017, they were facing more financial difficulty and a lawsuit from Ambase, as they had defaulted on the $325 million they'd been loaned. Finances began to cause more hold-ups in development as they negotiated terms and forbearance. At this point, construction had entirely stalled, not to resume until late the next year, in November. There were other lawsuits and incidents with labor and safety hazards, caused in part by the desire to work with non-union workers for cost restrictions. Non-union workers could be paid lower rates without double overtime, hourly pension fees, or benefit fees. However, they faced condemnation and staunch opposition by local and statewide labor unions, after several incidents of unsafe behavior caused hazardous environments. Despite these issues and the legal trouble, the tower did finish development by October of 2021. Now home to their high-end clientele with unobstructed views. What would you do with a view like this? It feels like being on top of the world while not being too high to enjoy it all. Let us know your thoughts below. Now, let's look at the inside and what this building really brings to the table in terms of luxury amenities and living spaces. Prices and living quarters. Standing out on Manhattan's iconic skyline, the world's thinnest skyscraper is made for the uber-rich, with only 58 apartments and a range of amenities. These range from pools to barbershops and even an extravagant lounge area with a Steinway gold piano. An intimate atmosphere is established with the staff of 24-hour doormen and a dedicated concierge to attend to each resident. The beautiful and serene 82-foot lap pool features its signature double-height vaulted ceiling, alcove cabanas, and luxury lounge seating, well lit with custom ornate wall sconces. And finally, the building's expansive outdoor terrace and lounge offer residences an unparalleled private space for relaxing, entertaining guests, or al fresco dining for intimate encounters. While inside each residence, you're met with an elegant central entrance gallery, horizon-deep views north and south, with vaulted ceilings. Each full-floor tower residence combines the grand scale of its design with comfortable and private settings for modern, contemporary living. Each apartment has 2 elevators, so no one has to share floors, giving each apartment its sleek, secluded feeling on top of the world. The bedrooms feature floor-to-ceiling windows and ample natural lighting. With the building's completion, the scaffolding that had once obstructed now gives way to beautiful, clear, scenic views, no matter the time of day. At night, the world is glowing with the city lights or the peaceful morning sunrise over nearby buildings. The master bedroom features walls and floors in each compartment, finished in veined white onyx. A custom antique polished freestanding tub designed by William Holland. They also feature custom Studio Sofield designed bronze figures cast by P.E. Gurin, mixing modern luxury with historical beauty. Some rooms come outfitted with a second master bath, grey onyx showers, a vanity, and floors with custom blackened steel and custom sconces. Custom kitchens feature designs by Studio Sofield and modern design techniques drawing inspiration from the clean, sleek design. Going through the apartment, you can recognize immediately that these residences are all about the views they're given. The view is iconic as you look over the Manhattan skyline from one direction and access views of Central Park on the other, unobstructed by noise or other buildings due to the 111 W57's careful zoning. Prices start at $8 million for an entry-level apartment. The 2-story penthouse quickly became New York's most expensive residential sales in 2019. There is one instance with an undisclosed buyer purchasing it at an asking price of $50 million. Due to the economic turndown over the years, we are left to wonder if this sleek, slender skyline will be the first and only of its kind. 2020 and 2021 have marked a different world from the luxury apartments of 2014, when the project began. Whether there will be a continued market for a place like this will be seen. Still, it was the first to spark off the boom, now known as Billionaires Row. It is now surrounded by similarly high-end establishments that cater to the uber-rich in the same sort of way. Despite the controversies and difficulties that 111 West 77th Street encountered, the impressive tower was at the forefront of pioneering new frontiers of engineering. On the other side emerged the world's thinnest skyscraper, while still embracing a classic historical style that carries the Steinway building up into the sky. What do you think? Would you like the sleek, unobstructed views of living in this building? The price tag might be steep. But what more can you ask in terms of luxury apartments? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. If you like this video and want to see more like it, then make sure you leave a like down below. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on for more luxury videos just like this. And I'll see you in the next one.